Sure. Anybody else? Everybody good? You guys all set? Okay, well, good. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'll make a couple comments, then we can just open up for your questions. If you look at the challenges we have in Ohio and across the country, our biggest challenge today is finding workers who have the skill sets who can do particular jobs. And what we're seeing here is really all of that coming together. What we're seeing Tri-C do and do very, very well is working with the private business sector to allow people at different points in their career to get different industry recognized credentials to basically move up and get higher skills. So some of the people who come here might be 60 years old, some might be 30, some might be 20. Many of them are sent here directly by the company, but some find their own way and want particular skills. And so industry recognized credentials and skills and working with the private sector. The whole goal is so that when people get through here, they have the ability to make a living, or they have an ability to get a higher paying job, a better job with more skills. So this is, again, I think, one of the real things that we've been pushing in Ohio in our administration. If you look at our community colleges, our support for the community colleges is going up, and we really think our community colleges are an absolute key to the future of Ohio. We have so many good things going for us in Ohio. The real key now is to make sure that every Ohioan can live up to their potential, their God-given potential, so that they can get a good job and find something that they really have a passion for. As we talked to some of the students back there, it was interesting to see what they really wanted to do, and they all had plans. One talked about being a welder, but then another one talked about having their own business in welding. So part of what we're trying to do is make sure every Ohioan has the skills, but also, particularly with our young people, give them the opportunity to develop a passion for something they really want to do every single day, and a great way to make a living. So happy to answer any questions on Tri-C or anything else.
Just touch on this a little bit. How important going forward is filling manufacturing jobs?
Yeah, I think one of the keys to our future, is filling these jobs. Manufacturing jobs are by and large very good jobs. They have decent pay. What we're seeing in manufacturing today is the technology is going up dramatically. I think the old vision of what a manufacturing job was, that it was dirty and low tech, is simply not true today. It is high tech, and what these students can learn here at Tri-C, either as a beginning or later on in their career to upskill, their talents, is really, really the key. So, future of Ohio is very, very bright. We've got the water, we've got the transportation, we've got taxes that are low, cost of living is low. The key now to continue to expand business in Ohio and grow Ohio is to make sure that we have the workers. And that's really what Tri-C is doing.
This is kind of related to the economy here in Ohio, but recently California issued the ban on state-funded travel. Can you talk a little about your thoughts on that, especially the Destination Cleveland?
First of all, that bill was not intended in any way to discriminate against anyone. That's the last thing we want to do. The day I took office, the night I took office, we've signed a number of executive orders banning any kind of discrimination. So that's not what we are all about. What we're all about is opportunity. And, no matter what your background is, no matter who you are, we want you to have opportunity in the state of Ohio. So California can do what California does. I can't control that.
tourism industry here?
No, I mean they're talking about their state employees not being able to come to Ohio. I'm wondering how. Probably doesn't happen too often anyway. I'm not concerned about that. California, they have a right to do what they want to do, but our intent was certainly had no intention to discriminate against anyone. So who else?
What else can be done at the state level to address this labor shortage, especially when it comes to manufacturing?
I think the easiest way to describe this is our future is based on education. And by education, I mean early childhood education. I mean K through 12. I mean our two-year community colleges, our four-year colleges. All of that comes together, and it helps Ohioans get the talent, get the expertise, get the experience that they need. And what you're seeing Tri-C do here is really one of the keys, and that is working very, very closely with the business community. They have a contract with one company where when they come off this training, they go and work there for 8 weeks. They told me that with that particular company, they're now running about 92%. That means 92% of the students who go to that company and work there for 8 weeks end up getting a job there. That's a pretty phenomenal number. But it really depends on that relationship. And the community colleges across Ohio, they're really doing a good job. Understand they have to work with the business community. They have a group of local business people here who help advise them as to what kind of courses, advise them in regard to what type of equipment, what is relevant today. The last thing you want is to be training somebody for last year's jobs. You need to be training them for this year's jobs and for next year's jobs. And Tri-C is doing that. And what we're seeing in this building is in this technology center, manufacturing technology center, is just a great example of that.
We've seen the worst of the labor shortage.
I don't know that. I think we're dealing with a couple things. Before the pandemic, we had a labor shortage. When the pandemic hit, everything is just turned upside down. And people's lives were turned upside down, but also how people kind of viewed things. And I'm not sure what normal is. And I'm not sure when we get back to normal or whether what we're seeing today is the new normal. But what we do know is that if Ohio's going to move forward, everybody has to be part of it. We cannot leave anybody behind. And so anybody who wants to work, we are saying to them, we will help you, we will train you, we will help business train you, we'll do whatever it takes, because that's how you advance, but that's also how the state of Ohio advances. When I talk to companies and they're trying to decide, are we going to go to Ohio, are we going to go to Indiana, Pennsylvania, are we going to go to Michigan, where are we going to go? The question they always ask is, it always comes down in the end to, are the people in your state near where our business is going to be, do we have the workers? Do we have people that can be trained, or that are people that are already trained? And that really is what it comes down to. So every time that we upscale people's talents and people's skills, it makes Ohio a much more competitive state to get new business in here, but also for business that's already here to expand. I mean, sometimes we forget about that. Most new jobs are going to be created in Ohio this year from businesses that are already here and trying to get businesses to expand. But to do that, government and educators have got to focus and stay focused with business. We have to listen to business, and that's what you're seeing Tri-C do.
So should community college be free?
Should community college be what, I'm sorry? For many students it is free. If you look at the cost today, Fran and I do scholarships for kids from our local community. Many times when we go through the dollars and cents with them, when they are at a two-year institution, if if they qualify for a Pell Grant, they're going to be doing pretty well. So it is, for many students, it is free. The other thing that you're seeing going on here, you're seeing students who are actually working at the same time that they are coming in here. So they're upscaling their talent, and they're working at the same time. So look, keeping community college as low as we can is certainly important. So I totally agree with that, and we continue to try to make progress on that and take the cost down.
So in your budget, there was a program called P-Tech. I don't know if you remember, it's probably some detail months ago. So I can ask your staff if you don't remember the details. You had a program called P-Tech, which is a high school program that involved job training for kids, and the legislature took it up. You're going to pilot. Do you remember that program?
Yeah, I don't remember the details, and I'm not sure why they took it out, though. That's what I don't remember, but we can find that out for you.
Something you want to try and bring back at some point?
You're going to see us continue to put a focus on education and on training. And when we say education, it's written very, very large. I mean, I'm talking about reaching out. One of the things we're doing, reaching out to a pregnant mother so that she can get the help and nutrition that she needs so that the baby is born with an average birth weight. I mean, that's vitally important. So it's all the way through. They told us about the 60-year-old who came in here and was upscaling his skill set so that he can, continue to work in the company and get better job, get better money. So.
Speaking of high school, when I was coming up, they had programs in high school, like you was talking about. And even my brother was in the well right out of high school, in Cleveland. So we're talking about education, high school level, bringing that kind of thing, right?
Yeah. And we do have some of that, but I think one of the things that we need to look at is to make sure that whether you go to school in a suburb or city or a rural area, that you have that school that's available to you. We have career centers now all over the state of Ohio who are doing a very, very good job. We also are having young people get college credit. So Tri-C's got young people in here now who are in high school, right? Who are getting college credit but are still in high school. And so some kids are graduating from high school with maybe a whole year of credits going towards their college. So again, that's keeping the cost down. It also keeps young people interested. The worst thing in the world is have a bored kid, and if a student is bored in their class, having them come here, if they'd like to work with their hands, if they like technology and they're looking for more technology, coming to a place like Tri-C allows them to expand that and continue to be interested and continue to be excited. Anybody from Tri-C want to add anything? Come on up here, get behind the microphone.
And then I'll turn it over to William. Just wanted to also say we offer tech prep, so your question about high school students, we have one of the largest tech prep programs in the state of Ohio, but the nice thing is there's tech prep all over the state, so high school students are being exposed to workforce training, et cetera, as they are in high school. We also have one of the largest College Credit Plus programs, and that's high school students who are taking college-level courses either at our campuses or we're going into the high schools. So I can just assure you we have many, many, many programs for all age groups. We just actually had our MC squared classes, which are about, in our building, maybe 4 classes of high school students that actually just got out at about 1:30. Just as you were coming in, they were heading out the door. So we are very robust in helping high school students. William.
Thank you. In addition to my colleagues sharing with you some of our programs directly for high school students, because of the nature of Northeast Ohio and its workforce development needs, we have to meet people where they are. And so in addition to K through 12, we're also focusing primarily, as the governor knows, on our incumbent workforce, those individuals who currently are working but who need upskilling so that they can increase their economic well-being. And so when I talk about community colleges, while I believe Tri-C is at the forefront of all of this, we have 22 other community colleges here in Ohio that are still trying to address some of the same needs. So we really appreciate, Governor, your support of community colleges, your experience in terms of workforce development. You get it. And my colleagues, Alicia Booker and others, Alicia, come up here very quickly. I want to just thank all of us and all of my colleagues for their subject matter expertise, their student focus, and your focus on community colleges on behalf of our boss and community colleges.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody got anything else? Okay, thanks, everybody.